different countries or regions have their own unique development conditions. So, does your country have a similar idea of tailoring strategies to local contexts? If yes, what does that look like in practice? And while we're at it, where do you see room for China and your country to learn from each other on coordinated development?
Yeah, we do in Thailand. Fit the local context is very much a thing, especially in agriculture. Farmers grow crops according to the climate and soils of each regions, with area focus on rice, drier areas on corn or fruit. The bigger idea is the same, playing the local strength. I think China and Thailand can learn a lot from each other on matching development to each region's resources and needs, China's scale and speed, and our grassroots know-how.
Yes, and I totally relate to that because in Malaysia we believe in context-based development too. So mostly through state-level policies, and for example, like Penang is the Silicon Valley of the East because we're mainly focusing on the electronic manufacturing, while our Sarawak uses its natural resources for hydroelectric power. So the Thailand agriculture example is really great reminder that local strengths, whatever technology or nature, they should all guide the development. And I think both of our country can learn from China systemic planning to balance local innovations with the national goals.
Absolutely, we have similar thinking in Egypt. The Nile Delta focus on agriculture because of its fertile soil land, and coastal cities like Sharm el-Sheikh lean into tourism. China's balance between rural and urban areas is something we can all learn from your planning, for that is really solved. And like you both said, sharing how we use local strengths could help each other too.
Right. So picking up on your point about city-countryside balance during your time here, so what have you actually seen on the ground? Any efforts to link up cities and rural areas or to coordinate it across regions?
I think definitely the cross-region support is amazing. Like high-speed rail network, they connect the major cities with the other different small city and small town, and we can literally just travel from, for example, like Beijing, a big city, to countryside super quick. And it also boosts economic links for sure. And also e-commerce platforms like little businesses, they can sell nationwide. So digital inclusions, it shows that it is a game changer for the now's era. And Malaysia is doing this with the East Coast Rail Link ECRL and to boost less developed regions, but China's skills of integrations is definitely a great lesson for us to learn.
I agree 100%. China is narrowing gaps between urban and rural areas and between regions with infrastructures and service. What stands out most is how eastern regions help western ones. Like Egypt has bigger regional gaps, so China proactive planning here is really inspiring.
Yeah, same here. During my stay in China, I noticed efforts like high-speed trains connecting rural and urban areas and policy encouraging investment in smaller city. I once took a high-speed train from a big city to a rural town, and it was so fast, the way that faster than Thailand trains connection between Bangkok and other provinces. I'm impressed by how quickly China implement these infrastructure projects to balance economic growth in different areas.
Right. Since we've been talking about trains, digital inclusion, and regional linkages, what does government enterprise partnership look like behind this? Any comparable programs in your country that help local sectors grow?
Yeah, in China, the government works with companies by supporting local industry, offering incentives and improving infrastructure like high-tech parks with tech breaks and good roads. In Thailand, we have similar cases like the Board of Investment Program, or which we call BOI, that support local businesses and attract investment. Those programs help drive local economic growth too.
That's exactly what I have seen. The Chinese government uses like special economic zone, tax breaks, and R&D funding to align business goals with national development. Egypt does something similar. We support textile and tourism with subsidies to help local business grow. It's all about giving industries that extra push. It's good to know Thailand has similar also support system.
Yeah, exactly. In China, public-private collaborations are super efficient. They let firms to lead while the government also will provide support. For example, it's like the Zhejiang rural tourism projects, as I remember. And Malaysia has also, similar to Egypt approach, we have special economic zones, and we also have the 4 Industrial Revolutions initiatives to help local industries to adopt smarter technology. And we can definitely learn from China's way of executing large-scale collaborations smoothly. And it's great to see we all have ways to support local industries in here.